Hey there, this is Jake from JestKartoons, and welcome to the final part of my first ever completed sketchbook. Yes, you heard that right. I finally completed my sketchbook. So, very proud of how it turned out, and hope you guys enjoy it. So let me see if I can get right through to the part where we last ended off. So the place where we ended off, as far as I can remember, it is where I started to show you guys the sketch, the sketches of the Disney Infinity figurine characters. There we go. This page right here. This is where we ended off, and it's and you'll see like more of my work and how I evolved and stuff like that. So without further ado, let's get into the final pages of this book. So this one was practicing with female faces and figures. It was like one dude in there with a spear, and I just had to draw using like websites for references and practicing with expressions and eyes and anatomy and gestures. So, for some reason I really like the top two of the right corner, and as well as like the guy with the spear. I don't know why, I just really like those, and I think they turned out great. These are more gesture practice drawings. Practice them in markers, so like it teaches me control and how to figure out like the positions and like the lines. And I usually like time myself when it comes to drawings like these. And like I believe there's more of these. Oh no, I remember there's more later on. But this is 2D. 2D is and a character that I've created that's supposed to be the love interest for Artie, and it's also the play on the word like 2D as in 2D animation. So it's a play on words. She's really sweet, very funny, and she's like, well, if it was between Artie and 2D, she'd be the more intelligent and smarter one. But but she's also can be glamorous and stylish. So I really like this approach for her. It was me trying to figure out more at the 2D, figure out what kind of character she is and how she works and stuff like that. But also practicing with different hairstyles. Like for some reason, I really liked how in a way, if you look closely at her hair, it looks like she has made up of hearts because she's the love interest. But I don't know, I'm still experimenting with the hairstyle. We'll see how that works. But yeah, it's not finalized, but I just really like where she's going so far. And now here are hands. Yes, hands are very tricky to draw. And I decided to make it an extra challenge and draw it in markers because, one, I love drawing in markers, and two, it's very, it was definitely more challenging. It's definitely challenging to draw hands and like fingers and like without going back and erase, because once it's there, it's there. But for hand studies, it actually turned out very well. I'm actually really happy of how it turned out. Definitely need to practice more on hands. Now on this page, I decided to draw one of my favorite type of birds, and those are penguins. Yes, I love drawing penguins. I think the reason why I really like drawing penguins is because of Mary Poppins. I love Mary Poppins, and it's especially like if you notice like these two right here, like this is from the original, this is from the sequel, Mary Poppins Returns, which I love both those movies. And I decided to do like my own cartoon penguins. So I did some studies, and there was definitely some works in progress. Like I definitely like the ones I highlighted in the cool gray over there, and it's like, yeah, I don't know, for some reason I'm a huge sucker for like adding like the little like small tip of the hair. So I thought it was really nice. I don't know, it makes it more like a comical character, and the whole big eyes and like and like the super narrow beak. I don't know, I just really like it. So I decided to keep it in there. This is more trying to find my style, drawing myself over and over and over again, trying to figure out like what styles work, what don't work, what I like about it. And the ones obviously highlighted in purple I really like. Definitely the more like the cartoony route that I really like really wacky. Lots of curves. I've noticed. There's definitely lots of curves in these, and I definitely know that for pretty much putting like when coming up with this cartoon style. Now this is more the trying to be more like the, see if I try to remember, like the rubber hose style, with the whole black and white and like the outlines and with the pie eyes or the dot eyes. I just try to take like random stuff, take random animals or stuff, and decided to make it into like a rubber hose type character. And I think it really paid off. It built way into like the style that I'm hoping to achieve with it. And I definitely really like how it's turned out. Like this is like the style that I really enjoy. Like I really loved, like it's like because it's a study of like, oh, like what if I try more curves, like more like try to make it like more whimsical and wacky, more cartoony, and it really paid off. Like I really liked how this turned out, especially with like that sea serpent or like this woman over here. And like the Jack in the Box. Heck, I even drew Rapunzel in this new style, which I really liked. And the sock puppet, or like, it's really cute. So that's definitely a keeper. This one I was experimenting more with like colors and like trying to like tell like a story in a way. And like it was like not one of my personal favorites, but I mean like I'm happy that I tried it. And like I don't know, like it's definitely something though. I will say it's definitely something. This one I went back to one of my favorite books and also one of my favorite musicals, Charlie the Chocolate Factory, and decided to draw the characters in it in this new style that I found back then. So I drew like a couple of them. Like I drew Willy Wonka and all the like the naughty kids and Grandpa Joe and Charlie a few times. I really liked it though. Maybe one day I'll hope to do like an animatic or a storyboard. That's the time of one of the songs. And then, like I think it'll be really great. It has some really great songs. If you guys haven't listened to the musical, check it out. Especially if you're a Christian Borle fan. He's really hilarious. Now this one I drew back when the movie Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse was in theaters. I loved the movie. I will even say that's probably one of my all-time favorite animated movies of all time. Like, it's that good. I really enjoyed this one so much. Like, the animation style, how it's, like, CGI, but in a way it is, like, they try to incorporate, like, the whole, like, comic book style, and the hand-drawn style is super cool. Really amazing. I'm so happy that this film won for Best Animated Film, because it totally deserved it. Really deserved it. So happy it did. And I pretty much like try to incorporate all of like the main Spider characters that are in it, like Miles Morales, Spider Noir, Spider Ham, Peter Parker, Spider-Man, Spider-Gwen, and oh man, I forgot her Penny. I believe it's Penny Parker. Yeah, I believe her name is Penny Parker. But yeah, really enjoy this movie. If you guys have not seen this movie, then what the heck are you waiting for? Go watch it. It's really good. Highly recommend it. This one tried to incorporate that newfound style that I did back then. I did like a kind of like a tribute to like my favorite Disney movies. Like not all of them, just like a handful of like ones that I really like. Like you got Sorcerer Mickey from Fantasia. You got Peter Pan from Peter Pan, Rapunzel from Tangled, Aladdin from Aladdin, Timon from Lion King, Mary Poppins from Mary Poppins and Mary Poppins Returns, but I went for the more original route. Bing Bong from Inside Out, Dr. Facilier from The Princess and the Frog, Cheshire Cat from Alice in Wonderland, and Roger Rabbit from Who Framed Roger Rabbit. This one was more just doodles, just like really rough sketches and like trying to figure out like stuff to draw and like how to work in like different shapes or try to create new characters. Like heck, I even drew my dog eating like a hot dog or something. I don't know, but he's blind in one eye, but he's super adorable. He's my favorite dog. His name is Rufus. I'm so glad I get to draw him in cartoon form. He is so darn cute. Oh man, it's great. This one's for trying to. I had this idea in my head about like something that's incorporate with magic and like this girl who wants to learn magic, and it's a work in progress. I'm still trying to figure her out. like personality wise. But definitely I definitely like her to be optimistic and curious. Those are the two traits I really like. So like this one probably wouldn't work out, but like something like this will work out, or that would work out. It's a work in progress, but I'm really happy of how it's coming out. Taking a break from it now and see where it takes me in the future. This one's an artist study that I've done. Remo Backer, I believe that's how you pronounce it. Right, Remco Backer. Sorry if I mispronounce it. Love the style. Found this artist on Instagram, and I decided to do a study. And it turns out really great. Like I love like the whole thickness of the ink strokes and like the colors that like the colors that this artist chose, and it's also like very simplistic. Like kind of like a very simplistic but cute style. I really like it. I hope to incorporate it into my work. Now for this one, Kimmy Arts, another artist I found online. She's a really talented artist. Like wrote that she I liked her like Disney style art, and like her like some like the parts of the body are like very simplified, or like the hair would be like simplified in a way, or like I wrote very stylized, very whimsical look, and like eyes are either big or small. Like this is like kind of like the small size is like the really big or something like that. But I really like how her work turned out. More drawings of myself, trying to find like new ways to draw myself. I believe the ones I've done, like I would say probably like this one's my favorite of all of them. That one's turned out like the most unique, I would say. I mean, I'm happy with all of them because it got me to like that part, but still, I just really like how they all turned out. And over here, we have more quick gesture drawings. These are 3 minutes. Yeah, these are all 3-minute drawings of gestures and like different positions from like websites and stuff like that. And these are more. Yeah, these are all. And I decided to head on over and like switch it over to markers. It's like I started off the beginning of like blue color pencil. I'm like, let's try the markers, and I think in a way like it works as well as markers. And here's more of like 3-minute sketches, which by the way, 3 minutes is definitely a challenge. Like it with like a whole lot of not a lot of time to come up with the gesture, but like the more you do it, the easier it gets. These are 5-minute sketches, and I decided like to go back a bit and like if I had like extra time, I would go like add some gray onto it to like create like more like contrast, or like to add like a shadow, or like to this. And let's see. Yeah, actually, I really like how this one turned out. That one turned out really nice, and this one, that was like that was probably one of my best ones. I really like this. I really like that one, and this one is an animals character study for a movie that I mentioned, Mary Poppins Returns. It's once again really great movie if you have not seen it. And this is from the scene in the movie where they go into the Royal Dalton Bowl, and like they sing with the animals. It's a really great sequence. Definitely one of the highlights of the film, and especially this penguin. I really loved how this penguin turned out. And there's this really great song in the movie called "The Cover Is Not the Book." Definitely give it a listen. It's a really great song. More drawings of myself. Once again, still experimenting with styles. It's like more of like a Disney type style in a way. This was more like wacky or like obscure in a way. And I decided to draw trains, like a little steam engine, because I love the little train. I even took a little like reference to let's see, it was the Casey Jr. attraction that's at it's in the Paris version. For some reason, I really like the engine design on that one. I took that in inspiration, and I just drew my little locomotive. I haven't came up with a name for him yet, but he looks super cute, and I'm very proud of him. And like I hope to use him in a cartoon someday. So we'll see. These are more random doodles and sketches. For the heck of it, I even drew Audrey too in like a full-grown form from Little Shop of Horrors, which is it's about this man-eating plant. And there's like the little like kind of like baby form. So it looks cute, and then it becomes all monstrous later on. So So that's nice. These are just some more quick doodles. Drew a dinosaur, dogs. I haven't. I don't really draw dinosaurs in a way, but like I'm actually glad I did because that one turned out really nice. But it's great. But it's really great. And that dog turned out pretty good, and then the ones on top turned out pretty good too. These are more people sketches. Looked up on Pinterest, and I did some ink sketches. I really like this facial expression. It's like what? Like, it's like right caught in the middle of it. But and also this old man. I really liked how that one turned out. Like I just liked how like when other people like they draw other people, like it's like there's like no, like they're all like very different. Like there's not like anything like similar. I mean, like there are stuff that can be similar, but like in the way that their approach of it, it can be different and make it look different. More random pen and ink sketches, like some animals and some people. So it's just me like experimenting, like, and just figuring out like how to make like characters and what works, what doesn't work, so what I like, what I don't like, what I like to use in the future. Yeah, and this is like a fairy that I drew. I love fantasy, or like this witch. I'm not sure. It looks like a flower fairy, in a way. So I really like how that one turned out. More random. This is where I start getting random in the book. Like I don't know what. Like I even drew like a little ghost and they're like a magic lamp because like because it's like around when like Aladdin came out, or like the Star in the Bottle, or like this one I just pop open. It was like a random No, actually no, it wasn't a random word generator. I just did like. I rolled a dice and I rolled like different outcomes. So if I rolled this number, I have to draw that or something. So I rolled the dice twice and it landed on, so I got angry and I got Western. So I was like, okay, so I'll just draw an angry cactus. And it paid off. Actually, it looks really nice. Actually, like how it turned out. More penguin studies because why not? I love penguins. They're really great. Like I said, one of my favorite animals of all time. It's like up there with like monkeys and elephants. So I just love penguins. Especially this one. This one has like giving off like a Timon vibe. Kind of thinking about it. Alright, I really like this page. This one just more random doodles. But I just love these doodles like so much. Like each one turned out like really, really great. Like it's like the different shapes and like the different like way, like different proportions. Like heck, I don't like think I've ever drawn like a cartoon horse, and there it is. I just or like heck, like this would remind me a bit of like Sackboy from, or like the Sack Doll from Little Big Planet. It's really cute. It's like up on a desk, and I drew like a hat with a spell book, and I looked through like a star and the moon and some random people. So I just really love this page. It turned out really nice, and all markers. More random doodles. See, I warned you. Like I warned you. Like it still gets random. Like there's still lives. There's like a planet with a ring on her finger. It's like, and that's how she becomes Saturn. Like, or like a movie projector, a cauldron. Or, yeah, like I said, heck, I even drew like the Pixar ball and the dice because they were on my desk, and the art mannequin. So. Another scribble challenge. Yes, this was another scribble challenge that I've done. This one I'm actually really satisfied with it. I'm actually happy. Like, I actually found out I could definitely make animals out of scribbles. So that's an accomplishment. And so four animals in one person in a fur coat, if you see it. So, so yeah. Now this one was when I was playing Kingdom Hearts 3. And if you guys don't know this about my Kingdom Hearts is my all-time favorite video game franchise. Love it so much. And I decided to draw some of my favorite enemies, like some of my favorite Heartless in the game. Like Shadows, Neo Shadows, Marionette. They got like the Archers, I forgot what they're called, and the Flutter Wings, I think that's what they're called. I think the Bizarre Archers, I think that's what they're called. One of my favorite bosses that's up on the top right, which is the Grim Guardianess, which is what, spoiler alert if you guys have not played Kingdom Hearts 3, is what happened when Mother Gothel got transformed into a giant Heartless, and you had to battle her, which is so darn cool. It's one of my favorite fights in the game. And then at the bottom, there are a couple more Heartless sketches from one of my favorite levels in the game, which is Kingdom of Corona, which is inspired by the movie Tangled. Let's see, and let's get over to this part. Oh yes, this one. Now for this one is that I was listening to the soundtrack to probably one of my new favorite musicals now, which is Beetlejuice, which is inspired by the 1980s Tim Burton film, which is so great. Love it. And I probably would love to, I definitely plan on making some animated storyboards for this. So I did some designs for Beetlejuice and for Lydia, who are the two main characters. Which I really liked about the musical version is that it's like, even though it's like the movies like focuses on like the Maitlands, the dead couple, in the musical it's more from Lydia's side of the story, which I thought was really cool. You understand like why she copes with death and things like that. So it's from her perspective, and you sympathize with her. So I think it's really cool. And Beetlejuice, of course, is raunchy but hilarious. I love Beetlejuice. All right, and we got these are animal sketches that I did, and these are with a brush pen. And like these were like studies that I went with my family to the zoo, because like personally I think the zoo is a great place to draw, because like there's a lot it gives like it's great exercise for drawing animals, especially since like you can't rely on them to stand still unless they're sleeping. So I was lucky enough when the lion was sleeping, so I got to draw that. Wait, no, with lion, no, that was a tiger. Never mind, that was a tiger that was sleeping. I drew that. There was an elephant. Usually the quicker ones, like the more obscure ones, are like the ones like the really fast ones. So like they were like, oh, like really quick. Like the meerkat was hard. That was the first one I've done. I was like, all right, stop moving. Ah, no, that's gone. But I really like how these turned out. More arty. Yes, I've been developing arty more. We're almost to the end, but this is I decided to refine arty a bit more. And believe it or not, that is not the finalized look for him. But I really like this. I really liked how it turns out. Especially this face. I don't know why. I just really like that face. But yeah, definitely more of the cartoony style, which is what I was looking for. But also what I was looking for is like I want him to be an homage to like the classic 1930s and 1920s animation, which was the rubber hose type animation. Which I don't think it definitely give out that right look for him, even though I really liked it. And that brings us to the final page, and I believe is at the current style that arty is right now, as well as Mr. Razor. And signing off with the end. Yes, he signs off my book, and I cannot have thought of anyone else to end the book than the one that who started off the book. So if you look closely, you'll see that arty originally looked like this. He went on this huge journey all the way to here. This is what he looks like now. He has hair. He's more cartoony. He fits more the rubber hose style, and I cannot be any more happier. So yes, that is the end of my my sketchbook journey, which I'm actually pretty. I'm definitely satisfied with this. I went through a lot. I learned a lot in this book. It's lots of animation exercises and lots of like character exercises and studies, and they're like I really learned a lot, and I'm so happy that I got to take you guys through this journey, and it's been a lot of fun, and I cannot wait to show you guys this book, because I'm starting. I just started this a few days ago on this second sketchbook, so hope you guys enjoy. If you guys like, feel free to like and subscribe for more content from JestKartoons. Until then, I'll see you guys next time. Bye!